Well, even though it's fairly dark, I can tell you I'm somewhere in the west. Cervantes is the name of the town, and I have defected. Today I'm fishing with a couple of West Coast Eagle boys. Shannon Hearn, Mark LaCroix. Mark, are we going to catch some big fish today?
Mate, I'm hoping. We got the day off training, so weather's turned on for us. Calm weather, just got to put the pressure on the old man to try and get us a few big jewies.
Now, Shannon, did he bring the skipper of the club because he likes you, or because it helps get a day off so we can go fishing?
Well, a day off, and I think he still wants to get a game, so hopefully we'll look after him today.
The day off, maybe no chance of a game now, boys. It is a bit chilly this morning, so I've got my jacket on, but I have something I need to show you.
Oh, yeah, what's that, mate? That's worse than bringing bananas on the boat.
Check out the guns. As my boy would say, hey, can you do that again? As my boy would say, I've got the skills to pay the bills. Today we're fishing on the LaCroix family boat, Aussie rules, and we've got Dad, well not mine, but his, Peter at the wheel. There's a bit of pressure on him because he knows how to catch fish. But today, he doesn't catch the big Jewfish. I reckon he's going to give him a very hard time.
Yep, I got one.
Hey, got him on.
It's only a little, I think.
Nice.
I'm not going to brag about it, but yeah, it's a fish.
That's a nice fish. Didn't you have any reel rods at home, mate? Just use a little matchstick.
Mate, had to bring the herring rod out. Times are tough at West Coast, mate.
Times are tough. Few pay cuts. Now, what are we fishing for in these shallow waters?
Generally, we catch a few snapper and on the way out here.
Yep.
Usually fires if it's dark.
Yep.
You do get the odd jewie in that here as well. This isn't a big fish, but
a very pleasant way to start the day.
there you go. It's a jewie, undersized.
No way. How cute's that? Yeah, I'll help you swing it up, mate.
Easy. Got that leader.
Good work.
There we go. On the board, mate.
On the board. There you go. Hold your absolute piece of joy. Now, undersized, what is size for a jewie?
It's 50 centimetres here, so this guy's well under, I think.
Oh, hang on, mate. I'm a Victorian. That looks like about half a foot over.
Yeah, well, we try and keep the big ones, so they're a nice looking fish at this size, but throw him back.
Absolutely. Now, see that line there?
Yep.
They talk with that line about them having their pyjamas on. Have you heard that?
I haven't seen that thing coming out of his nose there.
Oh, that's not nice. He's got a little lice in his nose. All going well. Yeah, he's got the pyjamas on. When they got the pyjamas on, they're just kids. They've got to go back.
Matches the jumper, mate.
Look at that. And I did think it was a very good looking fish.
Goes.
I was getting lots of little bites, and I think this might just be a little fish, but it's the joy of this sort of fishing. You just never know what's going to pop up next. And we're just going to keep catching them until we get a good one. Oh, lots of head shakes there.
Bunga had a tail bitten off his.
Oh, really? So the soft plastics, getting a few bites as well. And it's important, Mark, when you're catching these fish here that you just bring up nice and slow just in case there's small dew.
Yeah, definitely. We don't have too much of a problem with sharks and that around Cervantes, so key is to get them off the bottom that first 10 metres, and once you do, their air bladder blows up pretty quickly, so bring them up nice and slow. I think I've only ever been bitten off once. So
that's a fair effort. What do we got here?
It's a little baldy, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Not too bad.
So this is, when you say a little baldy ball chin groper?
Yeah, yep.
Now, I rate these as possibly the best eating fish I've ever had.
Yeah, no, they're beautiful. So different texture in that to jewfish, but yeah, really nice there.
Yeah, the filt's almost that pearly colour. I love them. If this is legal size, I'm keeping it, but I'm doubting it is.
Yeah, I think it might be just under, so we might have to let him go.
Might have to use a special tape measure.
Yeah.
Got him on.
Don't think so. Yeah, bottom again. Oh, no.
Fish? That's a nice fish, I reckon. Well done.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
There's something.
That's a solid fish because when you hit it, you actually thought you might have bottom for a second.
I thought it was a bit of a snag. Normally, we talk about Dewey's doing that a little bit.
Yep.
But it's one of those things we found. If they, a couple of those big ones, they try to sit on their lump.
Yep.
Which this one's trying to do. We've got a bit of drag on him.
Now, you're still fishing a metal or a plastic?
Still a plastic on.
Very good, and that's awesome because I've gone to bait, but
Yeah.
sometimes with the plastic you get better quality fish, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes you can. It's always good to have a bit of variety. Talk about got a jig on, we got plastic on, got some bait. Just so you know if there's a few fish down there and if you're still on ground. But we've always been reasonably successful with plastics and
Yep.
nice, easy, don't have to worry about bait, getting hands dirty.
In the old days, we'd be fishing like 10, 20,000 sellers, 80-pound braid for Jewies.
Yeah.
Hasn't it changed for the better?
It has. I think this is PE2, so what's
Yep,
that about?
20-pound braid.
20-pound braid.
Yep.
Which works out well, so it's always good fun.
I reckon it's a Jew, eh?
It looks dewy.
And it's
starting to float
It's
now.
a solid-looking fish too. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a cracking Jew.
That's what we want. Oh, it's a monster.
Oh, bring it on, swing it over.
Get him in. Yeah, your muscles out.
That is what I'm talking about. Help me here.
Give you a bit of a hand. There we go.
You know what?
So that's what you want.
Suddenly I like the West Coast Eagles a whole lot more. That is as good as Jew fishing gets on a placky. We get it out of the net, and then we'll show you what this man did with these quality guns. Well, you know what? Just up here for a sec, mate. Up. You might want to put them in the gun rack. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Is that your PB, Jew?
I reckon it has to be close, so we have to get a measurement on there, but it's about right.
What do you think of this bloke?
Far out, mate. Coming out, catching all the big fish. Not a bad effort, is it?
You know what?
Look.
Maybe wasn't Matty Prittis available? Wasn't Nick Dadanui available? Wasn't I don't know anyone else on the team? Wasn't someone else available?
I should have brought a worse fisherman out here to make us look good, but he's done well, especially catching next to a bloke with a Collingwood jumper on, mate. It's even better.
No, so it's done. It was about time the back and get something forward, get all the glories,
Yeah,
take
exactly,
the goals,
mate.
take it everything.
In fact, I heard Lacrosse say earlier. What's your thing about handballs?
When they're worth 6 points, I'll start doing it.
Unbelievable. How much do you reckon this fish weighs?
He's got to be up there around 17, doesn't he?
Yeah, I reckon 15, 16, and if we can get a bit more than that, I'll be happy.
So, absolute minimum 15 kilos, over 30 pounds of Jew. And what you got to understand, these blokes look like blocks of flats. So this fish on TV might look about 10 kilos, but I'm telling you it's an absolute monster. I've seen some good Jews, never one that big. Mate,
Yeah.
that has got to be a very, very good feeling to catch a fish like that on such light gear.
Oh, it is. That's the thing you saw in the fight. They hug the bottom. You get a bit nervous every now and then, but when you see them come up, pretty good, and they float out and pop up like that.
That's why this man is the captain. Well done, mate. In the distance, the beautiful deep blue waters of the Indian Ocean, where we've been catching some magnificent fish out of the port of Cervantes. Not far from that port is a place known as the Pinnacles. It's incredible. Thousands of limestone rocks literally pointing up out of the sand, some of them up to 4 metres tall. They're said to be here because many millions of years ago, it was an inland sea, and this is the remnants of that today.
Mate, you got that.
I can only go the punch, and we're all going to go pear-shaped.
So technique-wise today, just with the jigs and the soft plastics.
Oh, sorry, didn't
Yeah,
I, mate?
yeah, go for it.
Ooh, that's a bit better. You keep running us through that, I'll keep fighting this fish.
No worries. Yeah, so really you just want to be making contact with the bottom, and once you hit the bottom, get a bit of slack line, just give it a nice big lift off the bottom, probably 1 or 2 metres, and then get straight back down and hopefully hook up. Like Paulie looks like he's got a decent fish on.
Fairly solid, eh? I was listening intently though.
Yeah, yeah.
And isn't it interesting, so far today I reckon plackies and jigs have probably outfished the bait.
Yeah, no, it's it seems to happen that way quite often out on the boat.
And do you find you get the better quality fish on the artificial lures?
Yeah, mostly Jewies just absolutely love them. So find we get a lot of Jewies, probably not as many baldies and snapper as you do on bait, but no, they're definitely a good option.
This is a really, really weird fight, eh? Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting massive head shakes, but not really big pull lunges.
Yep.
So,
You gonna
I'm
call
confused.
it?
Yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it's a ball chin growther.
Yep.
I'm going to call it. I'm
There's
going to
bit of
say it's a
colour.
Jewy.
I'm going to say it's a Jewy. I think I've seen it.
Oh!
I think I might have tangled you as well.
Well, that means you can claim half if we tangle.
We've caught a good fish here.
Hey, what's his wee business?
Yeah.
I bet you go the wrong way the first time.
Yeah, that always.
Yep,
yeah,
you did. You always go the wrong way the first time.
Get out of your way.
Oh, we got colour. What do we got here?
Oh, it's a sambo.
No! That's what I was fighting with.
Sambo.
Sambo. Oh, just hooked too.
Well done.
Beautiful. Now, you know what I always say, Mark, anyone can catch those dewies, but these sambos, they're tough.
Mate, they take a bit of talent.
Now, these are beautiful fish. Good fighting fish, aren't they? Oh, that's a cracking fish, eh?
That's nice, eh?
You get a few big sambos down this way?
Yeah, you do get a few fish schools. That's generally probably a little bit smaller one, but no, well done.
I find your comments very, very hurtful, Mark. Now, I heard you caught a very big one here once, Shannon.
We got one probably about 35 kilos, so they fight pretty well there on the light gear, but most of the time they just do you in.
And most people consider them just a sports fish, but believe it or not, they actually eat all right at this size. And if you have a fish smoker, unbelievable.
Becca's girl makes a fair few good fish patties, so we'll have to get them back tonight.
Take that one.
I'll have to take this home. You know what? We have to let this guy go because fish patties, we can't make the poor girl work all night. But the old Samson fish, Cereoli hippos, pulls like a freight train, and that's why it's called a Samson fish. I'm going to release this Samson. This is what I've done. I've wet the deck down first. I'm actually covering his eyes so he feels relaxed. I've got the deck hose in his mouth pumping oxygen through the gills. You actually see his gills pumping away there. If you're going to put fish back, make sure you put him back in really good nick. Well, this fish is getting speared back. And down he goes. And that's the benefit, spending that time, get the water through the gills, and the fish goes back to the bottom, makes me a very happy man.
Any good, Bung?
There's a little bit of weight.
That was first drop again, eh? Get to the spot, bang straight on it.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a slack tide at the moment, and you will find even in this blue water situation when the tide goes slack, the fish goes slack. So just moving around trying to create some activity. And it looks like Bunga's created a little bit because I can see a fish coming up now. Nice fish, Bunga.
Yeah, it's a nice fish, Bung.
Nah, mate. Nice little dewy there. Hopefully he's just size. We're lucky this time of the year you can fish for them. I think they have a ban. What is it, October 15th to December 15th. So just a couple of months, just for their feed. They normally spawn through those months. I think it's October through to about Feb, so they put them away for a couple of months so they can grow and hopefully they can get this size and they get a bit bigger. Just make sure you check the WA Fisheries website for all the details.
So Bunga, apparently it's law to carry one of these release weights in WA?
Yeah, you do. You have to. Anytime you're out there fishing for demersals, just, you know, when you bring them up, sometimes they have a bit of barotrauma, their guts blows out of their eyes, so best to look after them, put it on and release them back down to the bottom.
So what's the idea with the big weight and the hand line?
Oh, just so you can get it back down to the bottom, because it normally gets a bit of air in there, they tend to float on the surface pretty much.
Yep.
So that helps them get right back down to the bottom, and most of the time they survive pretty well.
Okay, mate, I'll grab the weight, you grab the fish.
Yep.
And just, what's the deal here? Just over the side?
Over the side, I reckon.
Yep.
Just about dropping it straight down, you reckon?
Ready, set, go. And as you can see, that weight just takes him down to his happy place, is it?
That's what it needs to be. Hopefully the bigger the weight, the bigger the fish.
Yep. And then when I want the fish to be released, I just simply do this and pull, because there's no barb on the hook. Away she swims. Well done, Bunga.
Beauty.
You
Thanks,
are
mate.
killing them today. Oh, can you hold that thing for a sec, mate? Yeah, thanks. I'm winding
mate.
too.
No worries, done. I'll warm it up for you.
During the 1950s, Savannah's became a fishing shack establishment for local crayfishermen, and today it still relies heavily on fishing. Popular species are snapper, ball-chin groper, the rock lobster of course, herring, tailor, and of course, the mighty West Australian jewfish. Because I'm bait fishing today, I'm using different gear to the boys. They're using spin gear, I'm using overhead. This reel, Shimano Talica 12, fantastic. Just drop the lever, let a bit more line off and you keep that bait in the zone. The rod, one of the new Anarchy jig rods. This is the 501, rated for 50-pound braid. Today I'm actually running 80-pound fins on it. It's multicoloured and I got my drag set as though it's a 50-pound braid. So the outfit works beautifully. All I need is for it to load up and bring in some more big fish.
So what we're doing today, the skipper's finding a couple of lumps. We're just drifting over it, over some ground. If we don't get a fish, we just go back up and go back over it until we get one. Otherwise, we'll move on to a new spot.
Good work, mate. What are you thinking?
Don't know. It's not fighting like a Dewey, I don't think.
There's a lot of fish here, like different fish. You got your snapper, your baldies. What else do you catch?
We get a lot of sambos at different times of the year. They do pick up the odd mulloway out here as well. So,
as in what we'd call a jewfish, just over our side of the coast.
Yeah, yep. So,
Yum. On the reefs?
Yeah, you just got to get the right tide, I think.
Yep.
I haven't had much luck with it personally, but a few people I know have caught them.
But if you want to spend a lot of time chasing AFISH, a mulloway's the one.
Yeah, that's exactly
Oh,
right.
what colour?
That's a baldy, I think.
It's a good baldy if it is. It is a baldy. Good work, mate. Nice fish on a jig.
Good fish.
How good is that guy? How's the colours?
I'm happy with that. Nice eating fish, the baldy.
Well, when you say nice eating, I actually rate him as probably the best because I was in Exmouth a few years ago with a mate and we put bullchin groper, coral trout and red emperor on a plate. No one knew what was what. Me, Christian Jet all picked this as the best eating fish.
Yeah, no, they're a delicious fish. Different flesh as well to the jewfish, which is always good for a bit of change up. Mate.
And you can tell a lot about a fish by looking at its anatomy. And look at these fangs at the front here. These things go along and just crunch all the mollusks and they fire on the bottom. And I reckon that's why their flesh is so good because they're eating so many shellfish, crabs, and all the things that taste pretty good on the bottom.
No, mate, they're a bit of a predator. Righto, Paul, half time. Time to change sides, mate. We've had a bit of a slow start. Need to get you across the Eagles.
I'm very scared, but I'll do anything for a fish. Is it just me or do I look like more of a bogan than I did 10 minutes ago? So who is your favourite Collingwood player? Like who do you just look up to and admire so much? I know there's a lot of them to choose from, but if you could only pick one.
I can't say I have one, to be honest.
Oh, there's some weight there now.
Fish.
He was just sitting on that. I reckon it's the same fish that was biting it about 3 minutes ago. Probably would have been a Dewey 10 minutes ago, but now I got this jump on, it'll be a rock cod or a dirty stingray or something. Got him?
No, I don't think so.
Now, for those who've just tuned in, these two blokes held me down, gaffed me to the floor, and made me wear this jumper, didn't you, boys?
It didn't take too much convincing, actually, to get that jumper on.
There's only one sad thing about this whole story, and it is even sadder than the fact that I'm wearing it. Can you explain the story behind this jumper?
Yeah, well, it's a 2XL, and my wife actually wore it to the grand final last year, and she was about 9 months pregnant. And the sad thing is it fits quite nicely.
Fits me like a glove. So you know what I like about him? Yeah, not much. I feel very, very average. And that is how I roll. That is a very, very large black bottom, and apparently pretty good eating.
Yeah, they're really nice eating. Get quite a few of them around the reef here as well. So usually the Deweys hang around wherever they are, so hopefully we can get on a few of them as well.
Well, I better get this line back in there because I need myself a jewfish. On their day off, the Lacras come fishing as a family, but when they're working for a living, this is what they do. Well, this place is known as the lobster capital of Australia. The boat's on its way. Let's hope it produces today. Morning, team. So how good's this second pot of the day, and already the crays are coming in thick and fast. It's not even the right time of year. What hurts me though, these things at retail are probably worth 100, 150 bucks a kilo depending on the restaurant. And these guys, when they get the wrong one, they throw it back. Oh, we got another one. It's like throwing $100 notes over the side. Don't they know I'm Dutch? What's your prediction for this pot? How many?
We'll see how we go.
I'm gonna say 6.
6, we'll be happy with 6. I'll take 6.
Take 6?
Yeah, few there.
Hey!
Well,
Not a bad guess.
How many we got there? Oh, I think there's a few more than 6. That's a great pot. So just explain for me this sorting process. What are you doing?
So this one's a female.
Yep.
It's about to breed. So it's got all the hair here, the fur. It's called a cetos.
Yep.
And that's where it keeps all its eggs eventually underneath there.
Yep.
So she's got to go back. That's a task spot, and that actually fertilises the eggs.
Unbelievable. That's awesome. So I know that one's got to go back.
Yeah, he's no good.
It hurts so much.
Yeah, it hurts. Then we got that one there, that's a male.
Yep.
It's got all its legs, so that's good to go.
That's a bet. So they need all their legs?
Yeah, you can sort of one missing, it's probably okay. Otherwise, they'll more than one, they start to get rejected.
Yep.
And they can't be in the live market.
You're checking the carapace there?
That one's no good either.
Yep.
Yeah, we gauge the carapace.
And what's the carapace length on a cray got to be?
76 mil.
Yep.
Yeah. So that one's a female, but it's good. All its legs.
Yep.
And it goes. That's 9 too. You're wrong.
I like being 150% wrong. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. This thing weighs 20 tonne. And now show me how you put it on the side. Well, just show me how you lift them. Yep. Oh, and then show me how you put it on the side.
You just put it on there.
Yep.
Use the pot and your legs. Just look at lean back into it.
And now show me how you put it on the side. Right? Oh, okay, now you've done the... Oh, here we go. Here we go. This thing weighs 50 tonne. Here?
Nah, right here. As back far as you can get. That's it, just lean back into it.
Yeah, baby. Get your feet out of the rope to Skippy yells. Okay, Skip, let me know when. And that is how I roll. Now, you get the rest of those. They're the light ones.
You get to throw that.
Oh, okay.
Huck.
Now?
Yep, big huck.
I'm very good at other stuff like taking photos and eating. Look at these folks laughing on the cat on the side of the canal. Oh, yeah, right over you. Well, another pot just come over the side. And we got a crayfish, we got about 10, and we got the natural enemy of the crayfish, an octopus. And these guys actually go into the pots and they suck all the meat out of the crays. Cray fishermen don't like these things, but I love them because they make the best West Australian Jew bait. And WA Jewies, I just love catching them and they love eating gnocchi. So I reckon we're going to put this thing in a hook and maybe catch a big Jewie. Talk about reef, beef and all sorts of good things. Cray, occhi and Jew. I'm sure it doesn't get a lot better than that. This is Peter LaCrae. He runs the boat Aussie Rules out of Savannah. How long have you been a cray fisherman, mate?
Since 1979, Paul. Yeah.
And what made you decide to stop kicking the football around and pick up a cray licence?
I'm not sure at the time, but I think my father moved out here at that time to go cray fishing, so I just came as his decky and followed him since. Yeah.
My old man was a builder, and I said, I want to be a builder just like you. He said, don't be silly, and here I am, I'm fishing. So now, famous cray fishing family, but you got a couple of boys played AFL as well?
That's right, yeah. Obviously Mark's still playing. Brent had a few games with North Melbourne, over there for 3 years in Melbourne, played half a dozen games. But
beautiful. What's the deal with crays? How many pots do you normally run on this boat?
We've got a licence of 213 at the moment, so we can put 213 until May the 1st, then we've got to fish 50% of our licence. Once upon a time it was just a season, and we just fished 7.5 months flat out, but now with quota it's more quality and the economics of the fishery, you know.
What's the fishery like now compared to 79?
Well, it's had a lot of ups and downs. It was pretty good when we first came here, obviously. There were a lot of crays, but we've gone through periods where they had no perilous, no juvenile crays coming through, and that's what forced them to go to quota.
and now it's just built up again and it's looking strong for the next 4 or 5 years.
Would you say that people are going to eat crayfish in 20, 30 years' time?
Oh, I'd say so, the way we're going at the moment, yeah, with the way restrictions are and the quota and the controls, it should be fine for years to come. Yeah.
So we've pulled up how many pots this morning?
We've pulled 25 so far. Got a couple of crates there, so it's not looking too bad for today.
So apart from the toasted sangers that are going on now, which I'm very excited about, what's the routine for the rest of the day now?
Well, we'll obviously put these 25 off and then pull a few more and yeah, see how we go.
Well, I've been involved in the fishing industry for a lot of years. I've never had the pleasure of being on a cray boat. I've got to say, it is so much fun. It's just like a box of chocolates. You're going to get next to you, mate.
That's right.
Oh, it's not that I like it that much, it's just that it's rough, Pete. So this is a big box full of crays. And Brad Wilson, how long have you been in the crayfishing industry?
About 14 years, mate.
Okay, and what are we actually doing here? What's the deal?
We're just putting on the lids. They go in sealed containers.
Yep.
Because we're on the quota now. No one can tamper with them then.
So they're literally locked up so nobody can do the wrong thing with your crays?
Yep, that's it, cover.
How does it all work?
Well, we put the lid on here. We try and keep all the fillers in. So we put that on there nice and tight like that. I'll grab a tag. Each tag's just set for a boat,
yep.
So that each crate is registered to your boat, so they know where they come from.
So you lock that off and then we know these crays are yours?
Yep.
So the average cray that's at that 76 carapace length, what sort of age do you reckon that is?
That'd be about 3 to 4 years old, I suppose, something like that.
Beautiful. I'll get these in the tank down the back.
Too easy, cover.
Get some more crays on board. Well, Peter, as much as I love catching fish, for me to do something different, catch those crays, amazing. You're a lucky man, aren't you?
Yes, I am. It's been good to us, been very kind to us, this lifestyle, and we enjoy it.
Well, so much fun, crays going everywhere. I might even go to the lobster shack, see if I can buy one so I can actually eat one. He wouldn't give me one cray. But for now, back to the beautiful West Australian jewfish and fishing offshore at Cervantes. Well, the rig I'm using for these West Australian jewfish today and Samsons is a paternoster, very simple. You see I've got a very good quality rolling swivel up there. It is tied to my 100-pound leader, a dropper with 2 VMC 6.0 circle hooks, big octopus bait, big baits, big fish, and down the bottom here I've got a sinker on a loop so I can change it if the tide changes and I need a bit more lead to get to the bottom. Oh, that's a real one.
Yeah, this is a better one.
That's a real one.
Sorry, mate.
You're right. How's your time you spent messing around with that, boys? Now, I'm going to bring it up before you do. Is it the jumper?
I think it is the jumper, mate. You just need to get rid of that Collingwood stuff and whack an Eagles jumper on.
Number 2 on the back.
It's a decent fish, eh?
It is a nice fish.
Yeah.
This is a serious rod.
You reckon it?
Oh. And how many times did I try and strike and miss?
Yeah, mate. Took probably 2 or 3 goes, and then he's obviously decided to have a crack at it.
Oh yeah, baby. That's probably one of the greatest feelings in fishing, apart from getting that bite. When the fish see my toes, when he physically pulls you off your feet and starts taking line, that is a good thing. We have colour, and isn't this the coolest thing? You just see that fish coming up. Yeah, it's long and skinny, I reckon.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's the sambo. It is good, isn't it? We got a nice calm day. You're able to see the fish come up from a long way down.
There you go. It is
fish.
a nice Samson fish. Oh, that is a magnificent fish, aren't they? Beautiful.
Good
You're in
colours on
charge,
it, mate.
mate.
In charge, don't stuff it up.
No, that would be ideal. That's a bit of fish than the last one too. Oh, do you need a bigger net, sir?
Not quite, nearly.
Yeah, baby.
That's nice, eh?
That is awesome. Look at the colours on that fish. Isn't that just gold? Just slide it out there. We might get the hooks out, eh? Because we don't want them going in us. And that is a bit of Samson gold, isn't it, boys? Let me jump in between you.
Mate, you've done well.
It's got a bit of weight on it.
That's a better one than the one before.
Absolutely. Now, you guys obviously live down south now because you're playing footy. How often do you get out of Freo and catch these things?
Not too often off Freo. No, Nick Nat's got a boat that we sort of hang out off Perth sometimes.
Yep.
And get stuck into a few of these guys. There's a lot around Roddo, Fremantle, like you said, but not as often as we'd like.
In fact, last time I took you fishing, we caught some big ones, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a couple of beauties, so no, it's good to be getting a few fish now.
Absolutely. Well, it's really important you get these guys back fairly quickly, put the deck hose in his mouth. A few big sambos, the day is getting better. I'm almost happy I didn't catch a jewfish, because you know what? Oh, look at all the slime all over the jump. Oh, no, it's covered in muck. Oh, I'm gonna have to throw it in the bin. What a shame. I'm gonna spear this fish back, and down he goes straight away, and that is, oh my God, he's just disappeared. And that's the beauty of looking after fish when it's on the deck.
On
Got him
again.
back. Go, Bunger. Bit of weight, Bung.
Fighting a little bit, but it might be just size if it is.
Here we go. Hey.
That's a better one. Oh, got a nice baldy, eh?
Oh, that's a lovely baldy, mate. Well done.
There you go, bit of colour. Do another baldy too.
Another baldy, yeah.
That's a nice pigeon pair. I'll get your rod for you, mate.
Thanks very much.
We must have just got over a little patch of baldies.
Yeah, nice couple of little baldies, mate.
Now, I'll tell you what's really interesting there. You guys are both fishing plastics and jigs, right? So you know how sometimes people go to a tackle world store and they go, oh, lures don't work? That's a pretty fine example, isn't it?
They work pretty well. Normally we don't get them too much on plastics and the jigs seem to get them, but these guys are pretty hungry.
And so am I. So how about these? Look, these guys don't release that well from depths, do they?
Not normally, no, not sometimes, and especially when they're this size, nice eating, so we'll have to keep a couple of those.
Yeah, I think so, mate. They're good eating. Too good to let go.
Now, are there any Eagles players who are going to watch this? Because I know they're all going to watch it, but are there any in particular who you'd like to shout out to? Would love to be here, but we just didn't invite them.
Just a shout out to Nick Nat Nui, mate. He loves his fishing. Always big noting himself, but unlucky cob.
Next time, mate, next time. Although he'd hit his head on the roof and stuff. And all the fish would look small.
Yeah,
sorry, mate.
Bad luck.
What do you think of baldy?
Well, we've been catching a few baldies on this ground, so maybe it is another one.
Do you think baldies like the really rough ground?
Yeah, they tend to hang around the coral a little bit more. Yeah, not sure why, probably with their teeth, probably they eat all those crustaceans around there, and then dewies sometimes hang around there as well.
Hey, you're killing it today. Now, a lot of kids like my boy would love to play AFL when he grows up. What's your advice to someone, because you've made it,
Yeah.
What's the one thing you can tell kids about making a successful career?
Oh, look, one of the things I think that's really important, just when you're young, is you really got to enjoy what you're doing, and then when you start getting a bit older, you can take it a bit more seriously. But yeah, we're really fortunate.
Nice Dewey, mate. Swing him up.
Yeah, we're really fortunate we can have a good, healthy, active lifestyle, and all you got to do is just keep training. And
so the key is to obviously have a crack. And you reckon it's really important just to make sure you enjoy what you do?
Oh, you got to have fun. If you don't have fun what you're doing, you're in trouble. So we're pretty lucky we get to hang around with mates every day, and that's pretty much what it is.
Can you stop talking me up, mate? I know I'm pretty good, but like everyone at home doesn't need to be told. Oh, you mean you're
no, I was talking about you. You've been going pretty well today.
Now that's an undersized WA Jew?
It is. Yeah, that's maybe 25, 30 centimetres, so 50 centimetres the size. But we seem to see there's a few more smaller ones getting around now.
Good for the future.
It is fantastic.
My wife's getting absolutely smoked. She'll be back in a second.
Great.
What's the go, Christy?
I'm not supposed to be fishing.
Oh, really? Now, Christy, you are supposed to be fishing because you've been fishing since you were how old?
2.
2 years old. And we won't say how old you are today.
A lot older than that today.
A little bit older than 2. And Christy has been doing all the hard yards, underwater filming, writing little notes in the pad. What are you writing in that pad, by the way?
Recipe, no.
My husband's awesome. And you just decided to sneak my little rod over the side.
I was supposed to be taking photos of you
Right.
guys, but you stopped giving me content, so I thought I'd go and get my own.
Very, very hurtful, this woman. And solid strike?
Yeah, it was. When the back of the boat's this big, you kind of can't resist just sneaking in behind you.
Now, we've been together for 20 years, haven't we, darling?
We have. Well done. Brownie points there.
Are you excited about the eye candy on the boat today?
About you. Why? Because there's footy players on here.
No, I meant, and there's footy players as well. Like me, I meant me. Oh, yeah, baby. You know what? That is why I love her so much, because she's a gun. Hey, boys, you just got outfished by a girl. Well, that's going to hurt him a little bit.
Is it sad that that's more exciting eye candy to me?
That's why I love her. Let's get this deal on board and check it out. Beautiful. What do you reckon about that, boys?
Hey, it's a great fish, isn't it?
Awesome fish, mate. A little bit jealous at the moment, getting our fish.
A little bit. You know what? If you're going to get outfished by anyone, Christy's all right because she's been fishing for how many years?
30. 4.
Is that your biggest Dewey?
That is my biggest Dewey.
Awesome.
Being an East Coaster, I haven't been over many times to catch these, and I am absolutely stoked. I'm so sorry for raining on your parade.
No, you're doing well.
Unbelievable. Right, boys, how about we send her in the cab to do some work or something? Like, take some photos, do some social media. That's what you're here for. Very, very proud puppy at this
Very
stage.
happy.
Loving her work.
Well done.